good morning to you and Fambol and Agadulan.
On a school motto, also the genius in veritati,
Leaders in truth in interpretation.
So when I get event to the camp very soon.
Of course, you know it's Edward's business, and February is our month, and the 6th we will don't celebrate the foundation, and of course, confirmation will come around the much more celebration. But the big deal there is the news about Edwards is we don't launch the 105 year preparation ahead of the 105 we will be next year. So watch out for that.
But what will change in this celebration? Because remember the 100 years celebration, which it was very huge. I mean, everybody the most talked about in the whole country. But I know they see the momentum. Unless from you they work the tie they come. So
I mean, maybe you say you know they see final, you know work out too much not song. But the fact remains, Edwards now we the lead and others they follow. If we see
no. We Esekwam with the above all, now we the lead, others they follow.
No, not going to debate. What are the people who give 100 year anniversary hype? Now, what are them?
The Albert Academy.
No. I mean, the good thing is everybody knows that if it comes to social, educational, Edwards leads. And not say for other side, Wana Salon, the genius in Waritati, leaders in truth.
All right, so I don't say family they listen, no say Esekwam with the above all. I mean, now we start everything as Salon. Now we form the APC, form the SLPP, the leaders of both political parties, the first prime minister, the first executive president. Lots of things in a Salon. I mean, the Albert Academy landmarks them. You see them visibly all around. But however, now do Melvin. I'm not saying this also debate. Let's go.
Academy never win debates over Edwards.
Check. We've won lots of times.
No. I'm not saying we own them. The only school where we make chess and then grammar school, but we used to always stop debates, basketball. We are social elites. You cannot take it away from us. We know the pull coats where they run.
Well, because the school big, Wangi coats make headlines.
Because one bad fish, nine the pull all the other fish there. Anyway, we do things and others follow.
Anyways, let's go into the details now. You see the news where they say Kim Jong-un don't get a successor. That spy agency from South Korea say Kim Jong-un in Peking. Now the proposed successor to Impapa. They say until recently they don't take decisions on activities them we get for do with North Korea the military capabilities with regards to so we don't see lots of pictures, videos them here in Impapa they team up where they do any sort of launching at the strait there. So what do you make of that?
It still needs independent verification, looking at the relationship between North and South Korea. Mind you, this is coming from what you will call an adversary intelligence agency, and the veracity of this can be questioned for the simple fact that, don't forget, before now, international media and political and geopolitical analysts, they talk about in sister, where they call, in fact, they call her the powerful sister, Kim Yo-jong. And all of a sudden now, South Korea is coming to tell us that there is upcoming meeting where that should be announced. We wait for see, because I now imagine how a 13-year-old teenager. It's a preparation for be. I mean, it's a creation of a situation according to South Korea for higher apparent. But what's happy with him, powerful sister? That is one. What's happening? Mind you, this now a family where this, if that get for be the case, it will be the 5th generation, because he get King John who in Papa and in Grandpa. This one right now already. So if this get for be the case, it's an interesting dynasty being created in North Korea. If you get any elements of truth. But
if you get they cast doubts on this intelligence, because we don't see over the past years them intelligence from South Korea on North Korea. Wouldn't be say North Korean troops to perfect for Russia. We not be all agree upon them, but later we see verification of the fact that the intelligence from South Korea was in fact the truth. North Korean troops are really fighting for Russia.
Not all intelligence is accurate. What about the one against Saddam Hussein? Was that intelligence accurate? So in this case, I know that can be a counter argument to this argument, but in this case, if I know any third party or a third party security analyst institution globally, they verify this, what if it's not diverse from propaganda? And we know say the two countries then they're in a propaganda war, wherein this they send balloon and then they send different things and all that. So for me, it's too early, you know, wise. I not see the dynasty of North Korea at this juncture for begin for I mean it for me politically makes sense. So 13-year-old Pekin, you papa old almost here in papa old in papa day in I think early 40s or late early 40s or late 30s. We'll verify that.
So I think it's late 30s because
he's still a young man.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is true, that shows how people can be power drunk if this get any elements of truth. But again, waiting will happy with the establishment order within the North Korean establishment. How will they respond to this? And mind you, this is a dynasty where the current Kim Jong-un, well, they call her half brother. Then they get issue where sources, intelligence, then come for realize say that brother they in killing in Malaysia and be de para. Where then set some picking like na prank they want play then spray some chemical para where end up for. So how will for me how in half sister where many people are not believe say go be higher parents go react to this, but definitely the time too long. Who's wise leader than they go don't pitch into a senior picking for be leader? It's unwise.
Okay.
The elements of truth in it now are just a lack proportional reasonability.
Well, we need for specify not to just picking, girl picking for lead the nuke nation.
Another element we carry it. Thank you very much for adding the fact that girl picking. Now, if you look at the history and the dynamics of Korean society, it's a conservative society.
And we accept them. Then get any option.
Then get option for that's the question. Then get option for accept or not accept. But again, will they wait until the option presents itself?
Anybody gets the rights for oppose the decision by Kim Jong-un and North Korea?
From what we really get now the news, he seems to be the one totalitarian authoritarian leader. But authoritarianism and totalitarianism is not only built on one man, it's built on system, it's entrenched.
Yes.
It's entrenched. If you say other people, like this now wants and not wants, we pick from grandpa to Pekin, from Pekin to Grand Pekin. But it's the way they've entrenched the system. It's just like waiting Jinping they do now China. I will not be surprised if any one of the relations then come forward one in China for say they want for lead China. That is the bad thing about absolute power. Okay, always say corrupt absolutely. So again, I doubt the elements of truth in it, but I will not be surprised because the Kim dynasty has been there, and I will not be surprised if they want to take on to the 5th, 6th, and 7th generation.
Just been joined in the studio by Mulku Bangura. Mulku, good morning. Welcome to the
Good morning, Osman. I'm sorry I'm late.
Mulku, the talk on this proposed here to power na North Korea. I mean, we get news from the spy agency of South Korea. We say Kim Jong-un in Peking, when Kim Jong-a, the teenage daughter of Kim Jong-un, by the way, now the heir to power. This if an event we get Kim Jong-un out of the picture, now in Peking will lead North Korea. What do you make of that intelligence? You believe him?
Yeah. I mean, every report we see currently from the major media, don't they show this Peking? Apparently, Kim don't do so well for hiding from the public. She was born in 2013, and the same way Dennis Rodman, you know, the renowned famed basketball player, visit North Korea in 2013. He met with Kim Jong-a. And one of the debriefing we make with the CIA, because usually every time an American citizen visit a country like that, and they when they come before they reach home, they do debriefing. And one of the debriefing information we passed to the CIA was that they don't see Kim in Peking in baby, they don't total gal Peking. And ever since Kim don't successfully hide this Peking from the public, and it only decide for begin making show face in 2022, and she has been there with Kim in very intimate, secured places. They can't go meetings, they can't go parades, they can't go even that skip way take, I think, to India or so. She was there with him, and it's just it show the world, it showed in generals and say she's likely going to be my hair. and when I get used to this face, and it introduce her into everything he's doing at the moment. I mean, clearly, not calculated man. This is a calculated man, and this is not a man who will just do something for show. He don't successfully hide in picking him. In fact, there are reports say even get boy picking, but he don't fall off. With that boy picking, they not trust them. We know that man will get trust issues. You see, killing uncle.
Now you make go give a sister chance.
Yes, a killing uncle actually. Your uncle we papa and brother killer because we suspect say your uncle they work against them. Your uncle they sell secret information to the CIA. Killer and other things. And so this is somebody we get trust issues. And so clearly you can tell say he go give somebody really close to him. But one thing what I pick from this whole situation is this thing, right? Dictators, I know they support that totally. This man rules in fear, rules in he gets. He's an evil person, not a good person. He need to ruling people in fine at all. But one thing where it correctly do what I see not that at this point he already don't begin develop a protege, don't begin develop a successor. We don't see that happening in political parties in democracy. We do not see that
because they're not dictators.
No, the thing. Okay, isolate the dictator part. We don't see these people developing protege. People away. I see some leadership qualities in this person. I begin groom him for take my position after I am gone. We do not see that. Because
the thing is, in democracies, in real democracies, it is not one person who decide who that go take after me.
So if you listen carefully with what I say, you as the leader, it's always your responsibility, whether in democracy, whether working in the private sector, whether working even as you papa SSF, you are now your responsibility for make sure say you get somebody. You don't impose them. The difference is you don't impose. Dictators impose. They bring and say, yeah, take her. You understand? And that is the difference. But outside of a dictatorial form of governance or leadership, you have to bring and train somebody up so that when you go, that vision where you get, that dream where you get,
so you will recommend President Trump also train person in Lego team vision?
No. I can't go so Lego there. We in time don't let just go. We don't want anybody. I know President Trump 2.2. But let's just state something clearly now. A lot of North Korea has successfully blocked away Western media, and they're like living in a bubble. There is a lady. I'll make people. I've been listening to this podcast like 2 years ago. Her name is Yeomin Park. There's a podcast on YouTube. It's called Flagrant 2. She wrote a book, and the book is called In Order to Live, a North Korean Girl's Journey to Freedom. When she detailed her experience, right, when she was in North Korea. So because the world don't know what's in the go on North Korea, it's difficult for them to improve what's in the go on. One, propaganda heavy day. As you born, so you born Peking. Then they teach you instill, ingrain in say the leader, he's like a god. Like everybody for just respect him. Then they fear him. Imagine a country of 26 million people and get 1.5 million soldiers, active soldiers. That they tell you, say, and then they train them soldiers and they for worship King Jong-un. The people are really going through it. They are dying of hunger. Then they abuse them. Then they have camps for anybody who speak against their state. Then anybody journal, you dare not. They get camps when they go put you.
You are sounding like the Western media.
No. It's not. Go read this book. Read this book.
Okay.
This is somebody who actually escaped, and you know how she escaped? A detailing escape.
Okay.
She actually walked on a whole sea. It's called the Yellow Sea. Right? It was iced out.
Right, okay.
Over to China. China also has those camps. Let's say this clearly. China has camps for people. I mean, it's there. Clearly, people do not escape from those camps. We don't can detail these things. But the Chinese government, they hide these things. But people are going through it in North Korea.
Give me 1 second. Melvin, you disagree with Mulku?
I'm not going to entirely disagree with him, other than the fact that we need for corroborate Western narrations or dissident voices independently. And like he rightly said, because the government not allow, now the non begin allow, but that is censored according to a recent report, they don't allow selected few, and then seemingly they feel like it will open up, but when entirely it's a matter of wait and see. The fact remains there is, yes, North Korea, from what we get now, the global south, has always been demonized. But I always ask myself the very logical, or somebody go say, well, illogical. If this country is this terrible, why are they a threat?
What do you mean? Militarily?
Militarily means economically. They don't just develop their military capacity out of the blues. They spend money.
So the country is not terrible.
A nuclear weapon.
I tell you, said there are things we might not know about North Korea where the Western media not will portray. That is my fear. And we will not get the whole picture. We just left with the narration of the Western media or dissident voices. There are so many dissident voices, like you rightly said, coming from China, coming from places like Tibet,
South Korea.
coming from North Korea,
South Korea.
South Korea. You have dissident voices. I mean, but the corroboration of it, for me, is my concern. I'm not saying all of these things are not happening, but if they are happening, if this country this bad, why then still, apart of the nuclear power, why they are still thriving? Why you see
they are thriving? How?
No, they are not.
North Korea is not thriving?
How are they thriving militarily?
No.
How can you say militarily? If North Korea is not thriving, then are you saying North Korea is a failed state?
Mulku just say many people are dying of hunger in North Korea.
Yes.
You cannot compare the death. This is open research. Can you compare the death or the hunger death toll in North Korea to any country in Africa?
Because you
don't give me figures. Give me data.
No. Statistics.
Let's say Sierra Leone, for example. Are Sierra Leoneans dying from hunger?
No. We never eat that there. We never report on that there.
Is North Korea among the hungriest nations in the world?
No, because if you start talking as a Western media, they go there, collect data. So
and that is the argument I'm having with your argument. Your argument is in place, but the what is called the aspect of marginal error by virtue of we're not independent, like other issues will go, like America. There is no way you go say in one narration you deal with, because you have so many resources.
I agree with you.
But with North Korea, it's just one-sided. If it's not coming from the narration of North Korea, it's coming from South Korea.
No. But this actually somebody.
Show me independent sources coming from North Korea.
This is somebody Yomin Park in book, and not only Yomin Park. There have been other people away who are quote unquote dissidents that have escaped from North Korea. We don't write books, don't go on podcasts, don't speak about the suffering of North Koreans in North Korea. People are actually dying of hunger. Now, I'm not saying it's all doom and gloom in there. It's just state capture. It's a book. It's called book Yomin Park.
Who is this person?
She's actually from North Korea. She was born and raised in North Korea.
She lives in the West.
She escaped through China. From China go to North and South Korea. South Korea finally made her way to the US. Which I actually able to get second class citizens and then seek asylum.
So you think they might have influenced a report?
Impossible. The West. Yes, impossible. So? Because even when you look at the report, when you look at the book and look at the reviews, when you look at the reviews, there are possibilities of that. But it doesn't rule away the fact that she had that experience. Okay. I mean, you can't take that away from her.
And I think just to buttress the fact, I mean, like you said, you can present facts, but how you summarize the facts? Now, in way you look at book reviews, those are some of the things the best reviewers go for. The summary of the conclusion of all your thoughts, your themes, it's how you conclude on the fact. I they go through blood in. There's this book I just try for watch up. It's so interesting, but it gets so many conclusions and reviewers then get issues with. So even when they say the book is a good read, they are telling you that the facts are good, but the conclusions are incorrect. But so that is just the summary of this conversation. That
right? Okay.
It might be the fact that waiting the come out of North Korea is the reality, but is it the conclusion of the whole picture?
All right. Okay. Melvin. Yeah. So we see news from the Nigerian armed forces say U.S. troops, America will send 200 U.S. troops them, but they're not go fight in combat, but go instead train Nigerian soldier man them for fight against ISWAP and Boko Haram. What do you make of that? Think that could be the fact?
It's interesting because this is not new. Since 2000, in fact, there is a pact between the United States and Nigeria that is called, let me just check my records, that they signed in the year 2000. And that pact basically then be enter for address some of the issues there. So where I say their role is not non-combating, I say, well, since 2000, where una don't begin deploy hundreds of troops in Nigeria, yet still, it seems as if the approach is not working, because I will tell you, they call the PAC Status of Forces Agreement, and 26 years ago that was signed. And for me, I think this just fits in, particularly that phrase on they will have no non-combating role. It just fits in with narration or narrative in Washington that, oh, a promise not to put U.S. forces on the line or stop wars. And as you stand this Friday, get interesting in the United States, Moluku, you agree with me? I mean, I think that the deadline for the passing of the Department of Homeland Security, the bill. So looking at the works of ICE and the protest against them and then clamp down on immigration and the protest. You know, Donald Trump wants a narration where it is said that, oh, we are not going there to fight, we are going to assist. But this is coming on the heels of, firstly, if we don't go bomb, this is coming on the heel of America done the approve arms sales and sometimes disapprove over time. This is coming on the heel of America self done they accuse the Nigerian military of human rights abuses. This is coming on the heel of Nigeria saying, oh, we are collaborating, but yet still the war is not ending. So if America and Nigeria we don't get this agreement since 2000, why this agreement not still cushion the effect of Islamist insurgency and terrorism?
That's my question.
Why? For me, this is another avenue for U.S. economic military cooperation advancement. Economic, because it's all going to deal with our money. If you see them people already council in America go for the foot them bill as to when and then how long then in Nigeria, those details will not ever come out. If you see America,
that's go fund them.
They will never tell you the details. They will tell you that there's certain hide under. They say that they are classified. That's what government, they will tell you it's classified. But basically, you like it or not, it's going to cost the Nigerian economy. And the fact there is, if it's going to be a long-term impact, if it's going to have a long-term impact on the Nigerian military in building their capacity, if I don't help. But 26 years ago, you still not will achieve nothing. Boko Haram just pull it on and just intensify atrocities. It means that they are getting the approach wrong. And I think one thing we've got wrong about the Nigerian instability is the religionization of the war. And that is still politics playing in Washington now, calling it Christian genocide or calling it Islamic insurgency.
They are more Muslim. They are more Muslim than Christians.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. The narration about the war, Islamic insurgency. You know, this is it. Not to become Muslim do bad, you go generalizing all Muslim.
Yeah.
Not to because Christian do bad, you know that other side they don't get the narration wrong. So waiting people and the Republicans, again, mind you, these are Republicans, not Democrats. They are playing politics with it now. They are waiting and use now for get sympathy in Washington and America. They say, oh, they kill Christian in Nigeria. Not forgetting that if you look at data coming out, like you said, some schools of thought are saying more Muslims are dying. So why do we have to look at religion from this perspective? I think American foreign policy on Nigeria is just economic. And I will not be surprised one day if Tinubu then left themselves careless still and can pull there.
And strategy.
Pull Tinubu in government.
Of course. Igbo the man not say he gave
popular. Right now.
It's not about popularity. We are talking about US foreign policy and influence on other countries.
America overthrowing Tinubu in government.
Igbo the man not say they can guns are blazing. If Tinubu not cooperate, let Tinubu say, okay, well, Leone troops and not come back. The next move will be is pass me say America don't send troops there for Topula.
So America force Nigeria for greed for cowardness.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, no, I believe so. I strongly believe so.
Because America wants to forget a drone base.
Yeah, exactly.
With the world enclosed in Niger,
you just take the word out of your mouth.
For can based on Nigeria. So what's that mean? You get AFCOM and proxy. In fact, when I watch the, you see, I mean, there's no racism. When I watch the Africa Command hierarchy. The one that they say Africa Command. Imagine Africa Command. America, one black man all the day. If not allowed the life family on a check.
Oh yeah.
This is all about white supremacists and supremacism. You know, they call Africa, so them get based in Ghana. And when you look at it, it's like a launch pad now. Nigeria is big. Watch the geographic of Nigeria. You base Nigeria for drone refueling. You don't capture the one in West Africa
and the Sahel. Yeah.
Trump is very strategic. This is not just military. It gets an end game, and the end game there is like when they criticize Vladimir Putin for maximalist foreign policy. This is the end game. Nigeria ultimately therefore surrender the oil to America. That's the drive they are moving towards.
So the aim in all of this, sending US troops them to Nigeria, what do you think is not the end game?
Hey, but not money, not the oil.
For oil?
Hey, but look at the blueprints in Venezuela, look at the blueprints in Iraq. This is all about money, the economics of war. But if Nigeria, they want to go up. Nigeria never be wise.
Who's threat things that this could pose for not only Nigeria, the rest of West Africa?
Anyone
to governments that we
if they don't put Nigeria under control, anyone picking country that West Africa will shake from the wapper.
What is a military base? Like military base like the
military base, not military base. The agreement is a military compact. It's called a 3D agreement: diplomacy, development, and defense. 3D. If you say America use 3D for nothing, look at technology, but you use technology past me. 3D. Now call on 3D. Wait till you see what you get. They turn all kind.
Right. Mulku, you think what's not the end game in this?
I agree. I entirely agree with Melvin. Overthrow is maybe like the last part. But clearly you can tell it's economic based, but also security and defense based. He's losing. It don't come out. So they know, the US knows that they are losing the Sahel region, because if you look at what the Sahel they do, they want to shift from the west and now go to Russia specifically, encouraging all Putin within that in mercenary and all that. They know say they are losing that region, and because they don't pull them, they don't pull them from Nigeria. It needs a way that is for monitor within the go on that side. And I will not forget, until they can talk about the Sahel. The Sahel is actually a real threat. That now we remove them from them.
The militants them?
Yes, the militant and terrorist activities in that place. It's actually it's spilling over. But you go ask yourself the question: who are the one there who they provide a weapon there? Who's the guy they buy weapons? Who the broker them weapons deals here? That's the big question we immediately always ask myself.
We can't get the answer. What can deal with the CPI issue?
Yes,
CPI
exactly.
It talk about rogue elements in countries where they do well in fights against corruption.
Yes,
but there are safe havens.
Exactly.
Illicit activities.
Exactly.
Money laundering in other countries.
Exactly.
In South.
Yes,
South.
because when you look at even Boko Haram, imagine you do America, you bomb on Christmas, they bomb inside Nigeria. Not a button. You say you don't fight terrorism.
All right. Okay.
Is that working?
You call yourself an evangelical.
Yeah, and you are
evangelical.
Yeah, you don't even know that kill. You don't even know if that Christian or Muslim they kill.
Christmas Day, not what they for bomb.
Still discuss to they give you the biggest international stories of the week. Mulku, look at Jeffrey Epstein in the latest release from the Department of Justice. I mean, over 3.5 million documents them. We, by the way, don't link Jeffrey Epstein to some of the most powerful global leaders, them like President Donald Trump. Yeah. Bill Gates, the billionaire Bill Gates, even the former Prince Andrew. We see this on the convict. Lots of people, linking them to Jeffrey Epstein, and we also be seeing news for say if we get planned for visit Sierra Leone. You see that news also?
I saw it.
One for visit Sierra Leone. What do you make of?
What I want campaign.
And I'm doing the same of fun by Kuma.
What I want campaign.
Yeah.
If one can do, perhaps one can investment.
If one makes Sierra Leone
some investments.
If one makes Sierra Leone a hub, for recruits, picking them for child sex trafficking and that kind of stuff. I mean, we all this for people who don't know. I know a lot of people don't know about Jeffrey Epstein. Then because they don't understand, we are so distracted. But this is one human way is actually causing a shift, a global paradigm shift in the world order.
Even in death.
Yes, even in death. It don't cause them right now. For example, right now Europe is facing some serious issues at the moment. Keir Starmer is under serious pressure because it failed for vet Peter Mandelson and Peter Mandelson was representing the UK in the US, and he was actually involved with Jeffrey Epstein. And right now, then they Keir Starmer.
But I think you don't apologize.
They move on. No, but then still, after I'm saying because inadequacies and inefficiency, now make allowed to vet Peter. He know about it, but he not do the right thing.
You know about Peter
yes,
Mandelson
yeah.
with Jeffrey Epstein?
Yes. He know about it. When they ask him, he know about it, but it not be taken too seriously. So he let it slide. And so Jeffrey, basically, for the one we don't know, now be this powerful financier where they could picking them through in wife Ghislaine Maxwell, right? Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine's story very unique. I want people to really, which are they say, so make them go do the research. But if you really serious about international relations, go do research about these people. Ghislaine in Papa was MI6, working for the British government, right? Ghislaine in Papa was assassinated. Allegedly, it was right in front of Ghislaine. And there is a story where they go say Ghislaine in Papa was assassinated by the MI6. However, it was actually through counterintelligence that they said Mossad responsible for that. Now, Jeffrey Epstein allegedly was a Mossad agent because what he be doing, the power we get and the access we get be too powerful. Explain to me why the Prime Minister of Israel, the former Prime Minister of Israel, Ehud Barak, go visit the US on an official visit and then go sleep now. Jeffrey Epstein news. Somebody help me make that make sense. You understand? It's not like what Trump can salon. You understand? He can't see President Bill and then he can't sleep na news. Somebody make that make sense, right? Because it gets so many implications. You forget security, this and that, resources, but he had that access. This was a man where they could picking them 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for powerful and rich and wealthy people for take advantage of. There are videos, but this release will come also. There are videos showing the guy they run after 13-year-old Pekin in kitchen. Prince Andrew was kneeling down on a 15-year-old Pekin.
You don't say those images are fake.
No, they are not fake. There is a documentary on Netflix, right? I've forgotten the name of the documentary, but
I think the Pekin where shows the picture of
them blur out the face, yeah.
I think the Pekin that lady now don't die.
No, that's Virginia Giuffre, another case of Virginia Giuffre. Virginia Giuffre was part of that Netflix documentary where come out and speak out. She was actually the first person to speak out, and then not only speak out, there were evidences and pictures of an encounter with Prince Andrew. Now, the thing starts first when the Buckingham Palace, when the Buckingham Palace react, they immediately strip Prince Andrew off of his royal duties. They remove him from Yes, it was that. It was now the thing start. That was actually when it started, when it started gaining traction. And before you know it, when this thing comes also now they automatically isolate. And right now, they are even thinking about criminal charges for that mandate. Europe is actually, France don't launch investigations on everybody in name. Every other country has launched investigations. I am telling you, the world order is about to be toppled. Only the US, now they right now are being protected. The US, there were 6 names where that particular 3.5 million pages refused for mention. 6 people them. Pambondi say it's on record. If those 6 names are mentioned, the world order as we know it is going to be disrupted.
But if the President Trump name don't be mentioned, would that go left again?
President Trump name mentioned over 3 million or 30,000 times. I can't remember, I've forgotten the figures. Over 30,000 times. We kill him. In fact, just yesterday, the one I listened to, President Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, right? I'm not going to use the R word, but they did that to a child. And when the child complained, they shot the child dead. This was actually something where they grilled Pambondi on Congress yesterday. They shot the child dead right there, and there was a witness where FBI failed for take the witness, for interview the witness. It's available on news right now, public news. So something is actually going on, and this has been going on for quite a while, where the FBI and the CIA don't talk to conspiracy theory. For say there are powerful people ruling this world, and these people are pedophiles and killing children. The guy had an island. Everybody was going to that island. Everybody wanted to go to that island. Yes, Epstein Island. Ghislaine irresponsibility never just, but Ghislaine had an undertone. She had something, it be really one for bring down empires because of the way they kill him, Papa. She was actually on a revenge mission, allegedly. But clearly, if you see what's happening now, even Tony Blair's name was Jeffrey Epstein complained. Tony Blair, Bill Clinton, Tony Blair, all these guys. But You know, Bill Clinton, there are so many videos, correspondences in Jeffrey Epstein.
I think if I appear in Congress.
Yes, he appear in Congress in wife. For go, actually, because I'm for the really call. But if you look at this whole thing, the DOJ actually just centered this thing around Democrats. Right. But why then they bring Trump, right, for face Congress? Why they not bring these guys? Because a name don't be mentioned so many times, and they expose the picking them more than they expose Donald Trump and his cronies, right? And this is actually what is causing upheaval. The world is going to shift. I'm telling you, in the next couple of days before this year they done, we get to see a major shift in powers at the world.
All right. Melvin, what do you make of the Jeffrey Epstein file released?
I have always been concerned about, firstly, going about seeking approval for the release of the files. It was a long journey, and the files finally be released. Not all, reducted. That's the word.
Exactly, redacted.
Reducted, and some of the reducted names, like Molku say, 6. Many politicians then are Capitol Hill and elsewhere. They're very concerned that we are starting of these names. But again, I think that scandal just exposed how the billionaires or the rich or the elites they get in dirty secrets. And this is also corroborated if you follow the Puff Daddy case. These are how celebrities, powerful people operate. So I think the test there is, will systems, because, for example, looking at the development around Ghislaine Maxwell, now they want her to go and testify before Congress.
She did,
and now listen to one of the demands. The demand,
and she said no.
No, she was saying my Fifth Amendment right allows me to stay silent. For me, that was not the interesting aspect of the conversation. It was the argument of our lawyers and herself that for let it testify. Trump for consider for again clemency. That then for pardon her. Of whatever kind. And this is the interesting look ahead, Moluku. Trump no ever talk say he go pardon or not go pardon now.
You know whoever do.
You can't tell with an inconsistent president like Donald Trump. You can't tell. Donald Trump three they do, he talk say they do, and three they do, he say they do. Thing where he not decide on. This is the kind of person where he be. I will not be surprised, because looking at the pressure, looking at how Pam Bondi was protected yesterday by the chairperson, looking at how she was even talking to Congress people, you see clearly. I mean, politics are the same almost all sides.
Yeah, of all sides.
I can't imagine Danny being a salon. You attorney general. They talk to members of parliament, but politics make them possible. You know, and for the Democrats. Where I listen to some of the questions, they are basically just playing for the optics. And I appreciate the Democrats their move so far, other than picking fight with Pam Bondi. We already know the script to the first and this. They need more radical actions. Actions such as in the case of the DHS bill, say we agree or we not agree.
Bring charges to all the people that the names mentioned.
They need some radical action, and Democrats are just busy with politics.
Yesterday evening, President Bill arrived in Munich for attend the global summit for the Sahel region. What do you make of that? I mean, representing the Sahel, talking about as the chairman of ECOWAS, talking about issues the Sahel is currently dealing with.
Are you talking about the Munich Security Conference?
Yes.
All right. So we assume that he's on agenda. I try for look for the agenda and in a role way for play. But already I watched the live twice last night. I'm shocked. I'm shocked for several reasons. It's the 62nd conference, the Munich 62nd edition of the Munich Security Conference. And on the agenda, I stand for proving wrong, because I think that's the official start, right?
Yes.
I think so, yes.
But the time variation, there was a pre-press conference yesterday where I see NATO spokesperson, German foreign minister, and all be they discuss. But I don't know if Nami want to pick out now the noticeable absence of Africa na the agenda. I mean, go and look at their website, Munich Security Conference. There is a live video there now. The only time I hear them mention, and not even Africa, now the global south.
But President Bill say it a good day for attend the security
Now wetin President
the
Bill say?
security challenges wey the Sahel dey face.
I don't see President Bill invitation wey dem send for her. I don't know wetin the content of the invite.
This na according to State House.
Have you checked on the agenda for, like when if a United Nations meeting you can hold on. I'm not disputing President Bill. I'm saying what I expect from what I see from the preamble of the meeting. Again, because you don't see the agenda, you don't know who side maybe get sideline talk or closed door talk, or even because from what we see yesterday, it in fact the chairperson of the session say it's an interactive session. So there was an audience, there were experts on the panel, we addressed several issues. The focus of that meeting, I stand for the disproving.
So at the camp, Melvin. So you say President Bill the good day, perhaps it's for sideline or closed door talks.
And earlier I want to tell you say I not see waiting at the purpose of the invite and waiting at the agenda of events of the Munich security conference. What's Usman, you know me by now, not to waiting State House they say. State House they say for me like beginning of further readings on one issue. That is what State House say. If you want for corroborator now, you need to go to the Munich security website. If you will watch for the agenda, see where President Bill is placed. That is, I don't want for can go into the details than they for now. It's boring details, but it's important. However, from the outlook of the thing, it's a global north thing. These are my reservations.
So why would they invite President Bill then?
Because Europe is partly threatened by migrants crisis from Africa. And of course, terrorism, where they directly they affect them so much, but insecurity they affect them. So they are concerned. But however, what I'm saying, that is not primary on their agenda.
Okay.
Primary on their agenda is Russia. No, first on their agenda is responding to US relations, strengthening financial basis for NATO, addressing Russia-Ukraine war, among other issues. If Africa is going to be considered, for me, I have not seen, again, I say I stand for the challenge because there are much better searchers and researchers listening to me here. But let's see what's on the agenda. But for me, I not see much on, I not see nothing apart from what I mentioned. Family life, now when I go check. Now, you know, I say when we present the Canada, the people don't even talk about it. And when you watch the conference, again, I stand for, I not see no black man there. Let me just see the.
Well, the official meeting, you go see President Bill as the only black man, really.
Well, for officialdom, but they said they were expecting over 30 heads of states. So I will not be surprised. Again, President Bill was invited. The purpose for which he's going to be speaking, I will not be surprised because he's head of ECOWAS also. But I will tell President Bill and his speechwriters
not to attend.
Not for enough for attend though. Not for enough for attend though, because President Bill, of course, like to attend these meetings. However, if in fact if you not be President Bill, be foreign minister, they said, or me ambassador to Brussels,
right,
or any of the European countries,
okay,
because at the end of the day, President Bill get much more important national issues than now,
right?
Much more for me than the issues and the way the waitman and their own interest more than go seek. I would say 90% of the agenda of that meeting is how Europe interest is protected. And if President Bill is going there, I think the essence of his speech, for me, if I recommend, one, Europe, then thing that would have been taken during slave trade and colonialism and for return, reparation. Then two, therefore review the aid and trade policy, because at the end of the day, aid, if you look at global reports, aid don't reduce because then countries and consent. So I think President Bill go with a clear message, but I'll not be surprised because he's now experienced in these global issues.
Okay, yeah. Mulku, what do you make of the Transparency International, the latest report? We don't get time before you go break at this very moment. Okay. So, but one for discuss more issues then. So, what do you make of the latest reports by Transparency International? I mean, ACC Commissioner Franz Benkefala say Salon don't come out from 114 in 2024 to 109 out of 182 countries them in 2025. He say this now a very. He said the effort to fight against corruption since 2017 don't be more stronger. Salon only deeper improve as the year they go. And Salon is say they average 34 in 2025. We passed the average of 32 for sub-Saharan Africa.
I mean, everything talks so a fact. That's what the report say. But I expect him for talk so because obviously that's his baby, that's his KPI. But and this is with all honesty, right? has he done some real good work with corruption lately? Yes. Is it enough? Absolutely no. Is there room for improvement? Absolutely yes. Are we seeing or benefiting from these whole systems where they don't create for really track down offenders or people where they don't convict? That is yet to be proven. And are they selective about who that they go against and who that they bring to justice? Yes, they are. I mean, we cannot isolate that.
They're being
selective. But this report is basically they are basically the indicators and indices in our perception, right? Now, business people and they talk to an experts. Then they talk to citizens, ordinary citizens. Then just they talk to experts and business people, right? And if you talk to business people, they will tell you. If you look at the public service now, there are public service charters all over, right? Where, for instance, if you go for a registered business now, corporate affairs get public charter. We all till you go to the website, if you see how much it costs and how long it take you for set up a business. And true is straightforward, right? So you're not going to get to the actual fact. You're gonna all the public institutions and now city council got them public charter everywhere, Ministry of Lands, all they get public charter. And if you look at the prices all on the public charter, they actually follow through. I mean, you cannot argue that, right? Say these are steps then for reduce the number of interactions. Nonetheless, because everything is still manual and not automated, you still cannot rule out the people interactions. And because of the people interactions, then it don't open up the room for so many other things where they cause like a delay, so many access, and for like you get what you forget in time, you get for rub hands and shoulders. I mean that you cannot rule out. And so this report actually it doesn't really paint a full picture of it. And we jump in a little bit up if they give you this false sense of security. Say, okay, everything is okay. But we get a long way to go and a lot to do.
Will not jump up.
Will
not jump up. No, not so anyone then give you for say, the
report says so.
Wait, no.
It said last year we did
let me give you analysis. I deal with analysis, Muluku. Muluku, if 2024, you make -2. -2% change, -2.
Yeah.
Though in 2025 you make -1. Is that progress?
One. So
you fail still -1. So what is there to celebrate? So if you do I do a 5-year random analysis.
Yeah,
if you look at in summary, this is something we should not even celebrate. We should not reflect on.
But I think 1%.
No, but you don't fail 2% last year. Don't pass 1%.
Now 1 point we jump.
We still fail by 1%.
1 point we jump.
We are settling for less. Where Francis Bekevai talk say, sub-Saharan Africa is 35. The global average is 40. We've never climbed 40.
Yeah. No, but it's about the sub-Saharan. The sub-Saharan actually not 32.
How many countries are performing?
He is right.
Better in Sub-Saharan Africa, except Seychelles.
Are we making progress?
But for 7 years in control.
No, we are not making progress.
For 7 years in control, what did it make of the effort we don't?
Well, if we don't check, some on this 2025, we make +1. 2024, we make -2. 2023, we make +1. 2022, we not make no change. And
3 years.
2021, we make +1. 2020, no score.
From 2021,
that's a progress.
Now 3 years.
This is what the report analysis. This is my own analysis. People like can challenge her.
No, of course.
We not make no progress. So if I have to do the entire Benkefala, just this one, it don't give me a picture. Say, I don't want to say about so bad business in terms of progress. About so bad.
Melvin, I want you also agree. Say this report, a perception report. And business people.
It's the same report that don't use for the praise, the ranking.
Yeah, for me, you know what.
Before we go for break, 100. We are being ranked 109 out of 182 countries them around the world with regards to control of corruption. Is Sierra Leone doing well internationally?
One step ahead. Down 2024, you were
109 still high.
Hold on. 2024, we were ranked. Firstly, you should understand the score and the rank. All right, you can be ranked. The ranking and the scoring, there is a slight dynamics there we should understand. All right. So if you give me time, we're not gonna get time. But I will fail one time. So if you look at 2024, okay, let me just begin with 2025. 2025, 34 out of 100. That's our score, and we are ranked 100 out of 182. All right. Understand the difference between score and 2024. Now we come to we scored 33 out of 100, and we are ranked 114 out of 180. In 2023, we scored 35 We just say walolo between 32, 33,
That's the
34,
highest
35.
No, but-
and people are saying, but it disconnects at some point.
All right, okay.
No, but the comparison is compared to other sub-Saharan countries. That is what we're speaking about. When you compare to Estonia, the Norway,
they make hype about the fight against corruption, like how they do on Assam.
So I agree with you.
Other countries only hype the fight against corruption, like how they hype.
No, so there was no fight in the first place. Before now, let we agree say corruption was endemic and it was normalized.
It is still endemic. That is what I'm saying.
It is, but there have been some steps we may you to agree.
These jointed
Okay,
steps.
gentlemen,
But
thank you.
jointed steps.
So it open to a debate. But how you look and there is
You
still
fail one
more
year,
to be done.
you pass one year, you fail
There's
two
still
year.
more to be done by the anti-corruption commissioner.
Okay,
and still more to be done for
Otsoba
change.
passes
That
now
is for
the
sure.
day.
We need a
Otsoba
lot.
ranking.
There is a lot to be done, and if change a lot with the
And
goal.
one of which the report they recommend is political leadership.
All right.
But if you get ACC where the commissioner already skeptical of whether they go for presidency or not, that already compromises. Look at the report; it is captured. Another aspect is captured: the shrinking space for civil society and the media.
That
It's
part
also
I agree with
captured.
you. That part I agree with
All
you.
right.
So these are the realities, and people.
It distracted a bit.
Okay.
Nobody should celebrate.
It distracted a bit.
Una,
Presidency
thank
don't
you.
carry
Zero
side.
to the Epic Morning Show. Hello, good morning. You name inside the call from. Bakonte, go ahead. You get 1 minute.
Mr. Mara, I dey tell you na thank you. Oh, na dey analyze Trump, President Trump, he dey change advantage because he na the one growing world superpower. The two them in dey with Russia with America. America no dey craze for thing dem dey. You don go overthrow this man. Now you don't go Nigeria. You defend the people that will get money, will get oil. The poor people away for fetch for. You know they fetch for them. You defend who say oil they now they go. Thank you very much.
Bakonte, thank you. 079-994-993. Where you call, please go straight to the point. You get 1 minute for add your voice inside the Epic Morning Show today. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
You name inside the call from.
After this, na the Lion.
The Lion, go ahead. You get 1 minute.
Yes, sir. You know that life we, but I don't like the way you interview me, brother. And we can let way the politician kick and the way they hit me, brother. You know, if not so, he hit the politician the way they can. For so glad for now.
It's whose brother,
You
Melvin?
Yes, sir. They hit Melvin harder. So if not so, I they hit Melvin, so they hit they want the way they come for so glad. You know me, I go always pray to go lay Donald Trump can this country. You know, if you find out the way Gaddafi can this country, where you see the country, it talks say in go come if you not get the country by the French one old saloon. Sometimes, you know, if you Donald Trump can right, it go help you a lot.
Okay.
It go help you a lot. I go always pray for Donald Trump can this country.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we call, please go straight to the point. You get 1 minute for Addy Voice inside the show. Call now on 079-994-993. Hello, good morning. You name inside the call from. All right, go ahead. You get 1 minute.
Corruption. Now stop. I don't know police because in this international world. The government identify now stop. Don't have got the arrest now for that. The man is sky.
Okay.
The man is sky, sir.
079-994-993. We call, please go straight to the point. You get 1 minute for Addy Voice. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello.
Yes. Noah? Or Rojas?
Yes.
Okay, Rojas. You get 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, as Melvin been the talk no more, within the Western media they talk about North Korea and then other thing, and they will not did it. Then self then get their own way with and they promote. So that thing they know they go well with the Western world. Then secondly, what they talk about Donald Trump can go because in oil interest not there. In oil interest then Iran, then Venezuela, then the other places. So the Canada. And
because we not get oil, go just because we not get oil. I say if not because we not get oil.
We not if you did say we not pull on it, so
right.
Trump not go get much interest now. Yeah. Now
Okay.
we say oil did like Nigeria now with what they call. Then they kill a Muslim then or Christians in America, respond.
Okay.
So if you
Rogers.
say they can na Nigeria for then because then they kill Christians then they now for oil.
079-994-993. Please call and go straight to the point. You get 1 minute. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Yamada, I come from Kamayama.
All right, go ahead. You get 1 minute.
Yeah, that's not true. Trump in Kawaya, they don't come put up a winner. Now, for the million, so they can. Now, the German, no politicians, they sit down. Now, I watch them one day, they watch before now, because of their pocket interest. I'm not waiting to the Kaya too. Now, for no million, so, when you don't feel Nigeria, you don't want Nigeria for oil. Now, the Kaya from down in business. All man encourage for car. Let car, get to go.
Okay. 079-994-993. Please call and go straight to the point. You get 1 minute for add your voice inside the show. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Abakar from Munich.
Baka, go ahead.
These are just we just talk about Trump in Kawan. And if you check, Salon are the richest country in the one world in terms of minerals. And these are the only virgin countries. The day we then clear the begin utilize, everybody they know the importance of Salon. Come to Ben Kelfala. Now the corruption are see with the Siam instead of the area. For take example, when you pass na the street, in the children they bribe police. When you pass at the difference, you see different bribing in the take place. Whose corruption way anti-corruption defense? Being where if they go and give self name outside,
okay.
we will forget our name, will not see nothing they reflect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
079-994-993. When you call, please go straight to the point. You get 1 minute for add your voice and take more calls. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Usman.
You know where you call from?
Bumper from John.
All right, Bumper, go ahead.
You see, internal politics where Donald Trump to the USA, it gets scary because America is the father of democracy. And if you see it infringe towards a statutory order about certain institutions imposing people, then it creates problem. Which I'm glad for no more. Now where it fight against them, proxy group, them, Hamas group, them, now the Middle East, because now then they create problem for we, and then they no good. And don't forget again, Salon under EBK regime, then you get one coming, like US coming, where them call Anadako. Then we don't do research na Pujong. Pujong get offshore, then get onshore, then get oil in the sea, then get oil in the land. And then people they really mean to invest. So if they care of oil business, it more becomes scary because we know it's oil and by now we say for those start production.
Okay.
Why is government of change will come? We not see that institution in the function.
Apologies there. 079-994-993. Please, we call, go straight to the point. One will take as much calls as possible and we get them for a respond. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
You name and where you call from?
I come from Kwabi.
All right, go ahead. Get 1 minute.
Yes, I come from Kwabi. Yeah, I like Donald Trump.
Okay.
And I mean to Kromo.
Okay, Mulku. You see, it just called for say electoral Trump.
I mean, you can't fault him. Everybody enjoys to each his own.
So we don't get two people who like Donald Trump, Melvin and this caller.
Yes.
All right, okay. You don't like Donald Trump?
Why not?
You like him?
No man is.
You want for be like Trump?
More than Trump.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Usman Mala.
Anamta.
Thank you. Melvin, on our morning, the Mulku.
Anamta, where you like Donald Trump?
I don't Trump, I don't like I did. But this caller, this show, Melvin, you don't see the man who beats me, you part Trump in business. He said, call him over, say, like Trump. Me man, to the most serious note, at least see me brother Bakana Fomex. Ben Kefala, in reign of anti-corruption boss, you know, go take up for man. You know, but not say lie. It don't work past all the anti-corruption boss in the history of Sierra Leone. Ben Kefala. That's a fact. We don't go take for them. Then this issue of this FC in business. Me man, this is a clear indication where the books can say the last days. The science already show when the last days the world they come to an end. Now they show so clear. But you know that's when me not get out because we they go they near God. You get signs that we go chase should we they begin see them. You see the world for prepare yourself. You left to the world and now no can near God too. But say no can near God. Thank you.
And thank you. I mean, there were reports for say Epstein. We don't plan a visit for Kamala Salon with reasons yet to be known. Hello, good morning.
Assalamu
Salaam alaikum.
Mr. Commander Jibo to talk.
Commander Jibo, go ahead.
Usman Mara, now one thing when I can gladly when I can host politician. At any time when I hold politician, when I bring independent civil society. I remember one time we was one politician, the independent trained and qualified journalist civil society. He took him. He said no consider photo for himself, but consider a photo for the people.
Oh, Commander Jibo, please call back. I don't know it's not a problem. 079-994-993. Please call inside the Epic Morning Show. And when you do, please go straight to the point. We'll give you the biggest international stories of the week. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You name inside the call from?
I come from Dear Compounds. I'm on Mara.
All right, go ahead.
America don't in the vampire country because they make party with you not trouble. They don't make party with you not trouble. They make party with you because any country make party with they on a on the sofa. Okay, they make party with you, but they go against you economically on the sofa. So America don't the vampire country. That's also America to know. First, I make my pass. I'm not admire. When I make my way, listen, nobody.
Hello. Okay, 079-994-993. 3 more calls and wrap up the first segment of the Epic Morning Show. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You name inside the call from?
The finally connected at Solution Center. This is Professor Suluku.
Suluku, go ahead.
I tell you, thank you for this program. Yeah, you understand? Trump in Kawana, and I'm talking like is actually rich here.
Now you tell Trump play cam. Okay, yeah, you also like Donald Trump.
Let me talk. Last time I go the last week. Let me talk like this.
Alfred Suluku, you say flex Donald Trump?
Yeah. Hey, but I'm my best friend. You understand? So I talk to you like
so
this.
three people.
So now the kind they cancel. You understand? But
two callers and one Melvin.
You know, really, I really appreciate that mandate. Let me not cry down. Don't try. Corruption is not easy for done in this country. Yeah? You understand? We pray no more to God. Let God make. Let we reach to the point where everybody goes. He say corruption they kill. Corruption they really make country not they go before. So now me your contribution from Solution Center. Thank you.
Okay, so 079-994-993. 2 more calls and wrap up the first segment. Hello, good morning. Hello? You name inside the call from?
Yes, this is mommy. Yeah.
Okay.
Let God bless man. The hypocrites of this nation, if we not stop the hypocrites, we will continue for let we suffer. Let God help we and let we pray God for let God direct we. But God is direct we the hypocrites too much. And this hypocrite, and where we all for take note, say all the institutions for give their own contribution towards this nation and foundation without some contribution, disruption and destabilization. They will not forget say we will get completion if you not give their own contribution.
Wow, okay.
God bless.
Wow. Okay, thank you. You be the follow up. You follow up on
Yeah, at least it's
okay. 079-994-993. 1 more call. Hello, good morning. Hello. 079-994-993. Call inside the Epic Morning Show this morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Malaika.
Malaika, go ahead.
Yeah, well, the issue actually now international headlines. Waiting the tune the international headlines, and I waited in the gateway. Let them come down into the public perception. We will suffer the corruption. We will see the corruption. In fact, to me your opinion, anti-corruption says self-corrupt. Because at one time, NACSA, World...
All right. 079-994-993. You can call inside the Epic Morning Show. Logi plays the call from Malaika on the Epic Morning Show this morning. We review the biggest international stories. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You name inside the call from?
Yeah, I call from Lumley.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, for Trump is naturally, now no fear. Because they say even data you get in party. So what a man who don't know what in which until we can see the kind way how they suffer in this country, you go sorry for we. So now no afraid. So welcome. That's not me open.
All right. So we need to establish for the President Trump not plan to visit Kamna Salon. It's just people saying, what if he visits? What if he visits Melvin? As he wrap up.
What if he go visit where I don't think even the president ever pay a visit? And I don't think he'd ever invite the president. In fact, I just watched the U.S. Department of State website because there was this report recently that Timothy Kabafo met with Marco Rubio.
He did.
Yeah. And certainly that meeting was very, very much pregnant and updates as to the outcome is something. But if you look at the State Department, I don't know how you get your source.
Yeah, it did.
I see pictures we didn't take.
I'm not disputing that, but what is on their records?
Yeah. I think you also meet with the deputy.
When was that?
Deputy Secretary of State.
Because what I'm seeing here from the State Department is he meeting with the Deputy Secretary of State.
Yeah,
that is what's on their own website.
Yeah.
So as to whether he meets with Marco Rubio again, I think you need to check up.
Maybe not picture.
Those are closed.
What I saw,
I'm sure not closed door
pictures. They
engagements.
took pictures.
I'm sure not closed door.
Well, that is reserved until unless Foreign Affairs Ministry come up with an update as to the outcome of those engagements. It's important. But again, important for note that when President Trump invites African leaders, President Bio was not among them for whatever reason we don't know. And Smoluku, I stand for being corrected. Has he ever President Trump and President Bio ever meet?
No.
Maybe at the United Nations or elsewhere.
Maybe closed door.
But personally,
White House never released any document or invitation.
And I think that is important for moving forward because Trump is seemingly a threat. Several other concerns on America being a vampire. I think yes, it seems as if US now is becoming a destabilizing force to the global order, and that means it should be challenged with the foreign policy of reciprocity, and we don't see how that is working with, for example, when it comes to the operation of ICE. When the Democrats stand their ground, we see how they don't announce say ICE goes reduce on the operation. So Trump is not that bad. Now people already deal with him. Somebody with the challenge say Francis Ben Kefala has done better. We need to forget a special program on that for you say he has not done better for several factors. If you look at the number of cash losses recorded under his administration by the audit service, and we're seeing administration for the tenure he don't serve, it's so boku, and if you look at the recoveries, it's so minimal. So if you tell me say you don't do better, and even latest IMF reports, they show that corruption is still there. And if you look at OCCPR report, they're also saying that. So yes, you might argue with the MCC report, but come with your own report. Let's argue that Francis Ben Kefala and all you need for do more. I think it's time for him. It's time for him to go.
Making asset declaration public.
No, that has been the global debate. In fact, this report captured that people are using loopholes in legislations. In Sierra Leone, the cases, in fact, the ACC is very unwilling for make assets declaration public. Anytime you raise that issue, then will tell you say, now people learn for push on, like not to them they in charge of the ACC. Okay. So for me, the best Francis can do for himself as a dangerously educated man, a young man, if he wants to go into politics, he can resign peacefully and people will respect him for that. But if you see the buy time and he wants to succeed President Bio, he might end up hitting the rock. Okay. So I think that is my advice for him, and so many other issues, but there is not much time.
All right.
Yeah, piggybacking on within Melvin just states now, I need people to really pay attention to what is going on around the world and within the Ghana Salon. I mean, the issue of First Lady and Edwina Jammeh, it's all fun and games. The issue of Obate, Sasko, it's all fun and games, but there are very serious issues that are affecting.
The issue of
Well, there are very serious issues that are affecting our livelihoods. Now this war all for pay attention to. For example, right? Just like we talk about corruption. Okay, you see the Finance Act 2026. They don't add 5 leons on every liter fuel. We don't automatically shoot the price up, right? Now, also all the money they go. Now NRA they collect the money. Just for last year, no more, we get over 3 or 4 reports of corruption at NIA and manhandling of refunds. Right? Imagine now, over $50,000 a day get for the funnel through NIA where they go through the banks. Who's guarantee you then give you say them money they go be handled accurately and properly? Right. And these are the issues that we will pay attention to. The people are paying now more money, more taxes, and which is causing like a burden and anti-corruption. Not here we say okay, these are the steps we would want to take for protect NIA, protect our money, and we haven't seen that. And that's something we really pay attention.
Last one,
and then finally,
please, Melvin.
Last one. They want to the praise.
Instead of you give comments on that, just briefly on the shooting, the gunfire we see.
You do me bad.
All right, I will not be surprised if one of them then topple Mamadi Doumbouya because waiting Africa leaders then do for congratulate and accept and lift the country in suspension, violate the African protocols on democracy and elections, and I feel bad when my own president join the leader then for congratulate that man. That man, I kind of power. This is my prediction. I saw them go for end for Pula.
They do for overthrow him.
He who lives by the sword dies by the sword.
All right.
And the last word.
I get me next bite.
The last word. We
don't get sad.
Now the biggest corruption ever in this country under President Kevala in.
All right.
Electoral corruption.
Until next week, my name is Usman Ibrahim Mara. Take care.